Hi there, I'm here to provide a brief overview of autism spectrum disorder in the workplace. Now, autism spectrum disorder is often characterized by challenges with communication, social skills, sensory sensitivities, as well as some repetitive behaviors. It is considered to be an invisible disability. Now, autism has often been thought of as a linear disorder. You either have a little bit of autism or you have a lot of autism. But realistically, it's better to visualize it as a circle with various challenges surrounding the circle. They could be executive functioning challenges or organization challenges. They could be challenges with language or gross motor or fine motor skills or sensory sensitivities. There's a saying, once you've met one person with autism, you really have met one person with autism, because each person is very unique. Generally speaking, sensory sensitivities are often prevalent in many individuals on the autism spectrum. And these sensory sensitivities include visual sensitivities to bright or flickering lights, noise sensitivities to louder environments. They might have a sensitivity to touch or various fabric. Individuals on the autism spectrum in the workplace, there tends to be a lot of thinking differences. So there tends to be some tendency to see things in an all or nothing or black or white perspective. There may be a bit of inflexibility in their thinking. They may also focus on the detail and see the parts of a picture, but miss what all those parts make up. There may also be some processing or organization differences. They may have challenges with managing and coordinating multiple pieces of information, or they may be focused on one task and have a really hard time shifting their attention. There's also some emotional differences. So they may have a more difficult time regulating their emotions or difficulty with matching their emotions with a group. So if they're in a meeting with a group of people, their emotions might not be aligned with all of the emotions that are happening in the meeting or with the group of people. There may also be some language difficulties for describing their emotions and asking for help. Social difficulties are often quite prevalent. So noticing and interpreting social cues, atypical social interactions on the job. And these atypical interactions may include things like carrying on a conversation for far too long, missing all of those subtle facial expressions and body language cues that people give to wrap up a conversation. They also might be really blunt in their conversation as well. Now, while we're working with these challenges, we can think about how to organize the environment. What are the steps that are needed to complete a task? And consider writing these steps down or even creating a checklist. If there's sensory issues, perhaps a staff member could wear headphones or listen to soft music. Maybe use a desk lamp instead of overhead fluorescent lighting. Understanding that communication and employment-related social skills may be different. So lack of eye contact, again, different topics of conversation, or they might even limit their socializing in the workplace. Now, some general tips for communicating: be direct and use plain language. Allow for some processing time and repeat if necessary to seek confirmation of understanding. And when you allow for processing time, that means giving a task, one task, waiting a moment, seeing if they understand, then give task number 2 or task number 3. Don't just inundate a person with 3 or 4 tasks at once. Provide a work peer that they can go to if they have questions about a job task. Provide timing cues to prepare for a change in tasks. For example, saying, in 10 minutes, we need to work on something different. Asking permission or providing warning before touching an individual. Often when we're communicating with one another, we might tap each other on the shoulder to get each other's attention. But if you do that with somebody that has a lot of sensory sensitivities, it may be just too much. And it may cause a lot of stress and anxiety. So these are just some of the pieces of information about autism spectrum disorder. Thank you very much.